Yes, I saw the new Ghostbusters trailer. Yes, I did like it. And yes, I do believe that a black woman can easily play a scientist, while also enjoying the fuck out of Leslie Jones's role. So, now we got that out the way, more DCEU month. Readers, today's lesson is something I want to talk about ever since Batman v Superman was announced as a thing. And ever since it was announced as a thing, people who have been looking forward to the development of the DCEU have been divided. What I'm talking about, of course, is the DCEU's direction. Well, what do you mean by direction, Laron? Well, by direction I mean this. After it made Warner Brothers' goal of making over $600 million to cover its $225 million budget, Man of Steel officially kicked off the cinematic universe of DC Comics. Now, because Superman is the first superhero in the DC universe, a lot of people felt that the decision was appropriate, and that Warner Brothers would either greenlight a sequel or other solo ventures of other superheroes like either Wonder Woman or a Batman that fits in this universe. In other words, these individuals thought that DC would follow Marvel's formula of establishing a cinematic universe, introducing their heroes in their own solo ventures and eventually coming all together in an ensemble piece. Then, during San Diego Comic-Con of 2013, after Man of Steel was released and it making enough money for Warner Brothers to feel comfortable with going forward with the DC Extended Universe, Zack Snyder announced that there would be a follow-up to Man of Steel, but not in the way that everybody was expecting. Instead, it would come in the form of the DCEU's first ensemble picture, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, in which everybody at Comic-Con and at home appropriately flipped their shit. Then as time went on, more details were revealed. Not only is this going to include Batman, but Wonder Woman as well, making Dawn of Justice her first official movie that she'll ever be in. The same could be said of Aquaman, The Flash, and Cyborg, all within the lineup of the Justice League post New 52. It was with that, along with the reveal of other films within the DCEU that took place during or after Justice League Parts 1 and 2, that enthusiasts realized that Warner Brothers wasn't exactly following Marvel's method of making an established cinematic universe. With Wonder Woman's movie coming out the same year that Justice League Part 1 comes out, and Suicide Squad, which technically takes place after Man of Steel and maybe before Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, coming out the same year as the latter. With these decisions, DC has announced that they are doing something different. And for a lot of fans, this has either annoyed them, worried them, made them lose confidence in their decision-making process, or D, all of the above. Well, if that's the case, Laron, then which one are you? I'm glad you asked that question, readers. I'm none of those fucks. Why am I not? Because, well, I know that there's more than one way to skin a cat, which is the basis of today's lesson. Readers, I know that Marvel's methods have been successful, and I applaud how they set up their film series. But I actually applaud DC just as hard for finding their own way to establish their universe. Now, I totally understand why some of you want DC to follow in Marvel's footsteps, especially with how they established their characters before bringing them all together like at the end of Phase 1 of the MCU. And that's more in regards to individuals who feel that Superman deserves as another solo adventure before getting involved in something as big as Dawn of Justice, which is supposed to go straight into Justice League according to what we already know. But for those of you who, like me, are fans of Bruce Timm's DC animated universe, before the Justice League cartoon, do you remember how most of the superheroes were introduced to us? How those of us who didn't read the comics already knew about these characters before they were introduced? Superman, the animated series. This isn't the first time DC and Warner Brothers have utilized this method before, readers. Most of the characters that we know from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, like The Flash, Green Lantern, Steel, Lobo, were introduced to us via Superman's own animated television series. And honestly, the same could be said of Batman TAS if you want to get technical. Do you know how many mainstream DC fans wouldn't know who Zatanna or Etrigan were if it weren't for Batman TAS? Fucking all of them. Readers, I feel for those who want a solo Superman sequel. I truly do. But at the same time, I'm not mad at DC for how they're spacing out their own cinematic universe. And I'm kinda glad that they're doing their own thing. If anything, it'll be a learning experience for them. They'll either succeed in their methods and continue on to be just as successful as Marvel, hopefully, or they'll learn from their mistakes and adjust accordingly. And in all honesty, it wouldn't hurt us applying their decision-making methods regarding things that we care about. You don't have to follow everybody's example if you don't want to. You can look at those who are more successful than you are, take notes, learn from them, and apply it to whatever it is that you're doing. But at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. Even if that means picking up a side job to help balance out your budget for that big move you want to make. Even though the example that you're following ain't doing that. Or deciding to substitute mayo for Thousand Island dressing on your double bacon cheeseburger from Red Robin's. Even though that's clearly not how the burger is supposed to be made. Yes, I know that last example was from my experience, but it fucking matters here. At the end of the day, like the DC Extended Universe, you have to do what is best for you. Because I'll tell you right now, Valiant Comics is about to make their own movies, and they ain't following neither DC or Marvel's example. They want no part of either of this shit. So readers, your homework assignment for the day. List in the comments section below something that you do that others probably do differently. And yes, I realize that I just opened the floodgates to let you guys post a lot of perverted ass shit, but it's too late to turn back now. I'm committed. I'll live up to this decision as long as this video remains popular. Anyways, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.